I will not shred for you.
Folks, welcome to another edition of Southern Rounds here coming at you live from Nashville, Tennessee. My name is Dave Kennedy, and I'll be your host this evening. We have an absolutely awesome lineup. Really excited. We got old friends. We got new friends. Everybody in between here tonight. So we're going to have a great time, and I can't wait to get to that here in just a minute. But real quickly, I think we might have some new viewers out there. So just to let you know a little bit about what Southern Rounds is, Southern Rounds was born out of the idea of bringing the Nashville Songwriter Round out on the road. We've taken it to festivals and to private events and to theaters and all kinds of places like that. We had plans to really push that and tour it last year. Obviously, like a lot of things, COVID got in the way, and so we decided to turn it into a live stream. We've been doing this every other Wednesday for quite some time now, bringing in a lot of the best songwriters in Nashville and beyond to play for you guys and to tell the stories behind the songs. So I hope you guys are ready for that. And to kick us off here tonight, one of my best friends in the whole world and one of the baddest songwriters around, Mr. Rob Snyder. How are you, my brother?
My buddy Dave. I'm great, man.
I only saw you like 3 days ago, so
I know.
Feels
and
good
for a short amount of time, too.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm going to let you kick it off, buddy. Tell us a little bit about what you're going to play.
Yeah, man. I'm going to play a brand new one that I wrote actually last week, or no, 2 weeks ago. And I wrote it with Brent Cobb. We didn't have anything that we were going to write that day, and we just started talking about, he's got 2 kids, I got 1, we're both married, and just talking about the crazy up early days and how you're just stuck in the middle of it. And
oh, yeah.
And that's what this one's called. Never played it before, so I'm going to do it right here on Southern Rounds.
Breaking news here on Southern Rounds. I love it.
Boom! In the middle of it. Grass needs mowing, stroller needs rolling. Sure nice to know I ain't alone going out of my mind. Put your hand in mine. Every day's a repeat and groceries ain't cheap. You can bet this house we ain't getting no sleep tonight. That's right. In the middle of it, time flies by. In the middle of it, so hold on tight. We're in the middle of it. Someday these days will turn to years. We'll look back through happy tears. We'll be glad we got stuck here. In the middle of it. Well, I know you're tired and we're both tired, but if we can't light the fire, what's the use? Long as we got love, honey, we can't lose. In the middle of it, time flies by. In the middle of it, so hold on tight. We're in the middle of it. Someday these days will turn to years. We'll look back through happy tears. We'll be glad we got stuck here. In the middle of it. And time flies by. In the middle of it, so hold on tight. We're in the middle of it. Someday these days will turn to years. We'll look back through happy tears. We'll be glad we got stuck here. In the middle of it. In the middle of it.
Rob Snyder, y'all. Man, I love that, man.
Thank you, buddy.
I love that, man. It's and I'd imagine, some of the folks who are our frequent viewers, they're going to start when I hear that song. I guess what I'm getting to, the roundabout way of saying this is, I can hear you and Brent both in that song, and that's what's cool, man. Is once you start kind of getting to know some of these writers, you can hear both of them in that, and that's really cool, man. I dig you for playing that. Thank you for playing that, man.
Thank you, bud. Appreciate it.
Nate Fredrick.
What's up, man?
A Southern Rounds first timer, buddy. We're glad to have you here, man.
Happy to be here, man.
I really appreciate you coming in and playing the round with us. Man, Nate's from Missouri, and I saw you. I guess I met you at Revival. Speaking of Rob Snyder, a few months ago, man. I think we played around together, and man, you blew me off. You blew me away, man. You blew me off the pew first off, but you blew me away, dude.
I don't know about that. It was definitely a mutual feeling. So.
Well, that's the way it's supposed to be, right?
Absolutely. That's what
Revival
is good for, man.
That's right, man. Well, buddy, play us a tune, and then we're going to hear a little bit more about your story and your journey here later on, bud.
All right, sounds good. This is a song I wrote with Joy Beth Taylor. Yeah, it's the last song on the record I put out February 26th of this year.
Say that again, Nate.
It's the last song. It's called Patches on a record I put out called Different Shade of Blue. February 26th of this year.
So just so make sure everybody out there heard that, Nate has a record out there right now that everybody needs to go buy and download and then stream and everything else. That's what I was getting at there.
Slid them on Saturday morning. There's nothing like a pair of jeans that I want in Mama's bandana. Patchwork come undone. I slide into home, that back right pocket just couldn't hold on. There's nothing Mama can't sew, but she couldn't stitch or fix this time. I guess that's the way it goes. Some things you can fix till they just stay broke. You can reminisce till the cows come home. Ain't no sense when there's too many holes. So it's in with the new and out with the old. Dad drove it 10 years before. Brother got the keys to that Chrysler four-door. By the time he was 16, he was 23. He said good luck with that thing, with a smile and a wink. He tossed him the key. Oh, it ran for a week till that old engine just gave out. I guess that's the way it goes. Some things you can fix till they just stay broke. You can reminisce till the cows come home. Ain't no sense when there's too many holes. So it's in with the new and out with the old. She was his first kiss, but he didn't know then wouldn't be his last goodbye. I suppose even people wear right sometimes. I guess that's the way it goes. Some things you can fix till they just stay broke. You can reminisce till the cows come home. Ain't no sense when there's too many holes. So it's in with the new and out with the old. Oh, it's in with the new and down with the old.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Man, I love
Thank
that,
y'all very
bud.
much.
Right on.
Yeah, man. I can't wait. I'm thrilled to death that you're here, Nate. I'm really excited that we're going to get to let our audience
Dude, man,
hear
it's
your
been
music,
fun.
man, because
Right before I
I'm,
walked in here, I ate a cracker and drank a water and snorted a bunch of water up my nose and about threw up. So it's not really allergies out here, but so I'm struggling right now, but I think it'll be all right.
folks, we're drawing the curtain way back tonight. We're letting y'all in on all the backstage.
There's no
shit
secrets
tonight.
here.
Yeah, no, yeah.
There are no secrets here.
I'm getting through it here.
We might be liars, but we're not tonight. You know,
That's right.
we ain't holding
We
nothing
can get
back.
Nate to stop snorting the crackers. We're fine.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, folks, that voice right here to my left, and this handsome gentleman over here, you might know him as Mr. C. Thomas Howell. But see, here in Nashville, you ain't got to have a SAG car to hang out with us. So we just call him Tommy. How are you, brother?
I'm so great. I'm so happy to have a name that people know what the hell to call me finally.
I just call you C.
Oh, it's been torture.
Well, man, we're glad to have you here. Tommy is, and we're going to let him tell you a little bit about his journey, what brought him to Nashville, and what's gotten him excited about music and performing. Probably tell you guys about his newest best friend that he made when he got to town, a little 6-year-old girl
Sweet
named
Alice. My bestie,
But yeah, man,
Alice Kennedy.
that's right. She's probably watching right now. You can watch one round, honey, then you got to go to bed.
That's right.
But brother, just man, how'd you get here?
Crazy.
How you doing here?
Crazy
How you
story.
here in Nashville.
I
Tell us a little
have
bit
to
about
tell you, even sitting here, watching Rob and Nate just sing so beautifully, I just have to pinch myself and be like, "What the hell am I doing?" You know, it's been amazing. It really has. So, long story short, you know, I came from a musicless background, and music wasn't a part of my life ever. And I have an idea of a film that I want to make about sort of what I would equate to as the J.D. Salinger of country music. Is a guy that just ripped out one good album and it blew up, and he walked away from it all and went to go train horses and be a cowboy. So that's my story. But I wanted to not fake it. I wanted to play, and I wanted to sing, and, you know, I couldn't play, and I still can't sing. But I'm really committed to this project. And little did I know, because of COVID, my business shut down. So I was, you know, I grabbed a guitar literally a year ago, and I started to play thinking, well, maybe I'll get to the end of the year and I'll be able to play a song. And lo and behold, brother, I just was blessed, and I've been on a heck of a journey. I started writing some songs and met some really cool people, and the bug bit me.
Yeah.
And it became a big part of it's my life now. It's you know, writing songs and learning. I'm here to learn, and working with people like yourself, and you know, Rob and I have been trying to get together for a minute. I can't wait to go sit down with him and learn from him. And that guy, I'm just a huge fan of his. And my buddy Channing, who y'all know and hang out with, I wrote a heck of a song with him. And it's just was surprising how I was able to take what I learned in the film business through my years of storytelling and transfer it over.
Right.
And I wasn't anticipating that.
Yeah.
So here I am, and I started to sing some songs, and I've been having a great time. And I was just really clear on not being another actor doing covers.
Right.
I wanted to write my own stuff, and I didn't anticipate ever really going out performing. But here I am going out performing, and I needed a song to kind of kick off my show. And I sat down and scribbled out a couple of things and called my buddy Dave Kennedy, and we wrote a song together called Just a Man that sort of chronicles my career.
Yeah.
And if you know my career, then you'll be able to spot exactly what I'm talking about in the song. And you really helped me nail that chorus down. That is just probably my favorite part of the song, to be honest with you. And I can't tell you how much it
just kind of, you know, there's a lot of actors that don't like to talk about their career,
Sure.
especially if they're singing. And,
Right.
you know, you don't want to hear me, another actor, talk about my expensive, mediocre guitar play. So, you know, I wanted to be able to open it up from the
Right.
beginning and say, you know, you want to talk about Hollywood, or you want me to tell you a story about E.T. or you know, making movies with Patrick Swayze or whatever. You know, I was Marty McFly for 2 weeks. They fired me, and they went with Eric Stoltz. They fired him and went with Michael J. Fox. You know, so it's been a wild ride, and here I am, finally not playing a role.
Well, I love your openness about it, man.
I'm able to play it myself, and that's been a
Right.
difference for me.
That was when we first met. That was the thing that struck me when you were like, "Man, I just want to be open about this." You know, we're not going to pretend like this hasn't been a major part of your life.
right.
We're just going to throw that out there.
Or that I'm like some hotshot musician, because
Oh, no.
you know what I mean? Like I want to come. That's what I love about this town and about people like you and Rob and the people that I've been able to meet. Nate don't know it, but we're going to be besties too. But he don't know that now, but we will be. But just being able to kind of meet real people.
Yeah, man.
Real people.
Well, well, you are real people, and I
Thank you,
appreciate you for that. Pick us a song, brother.
All right, man. Well, this is something called Just a Man. It goes like this. Helped save an alien. I was just 13. Shot down a helicopter, yelling Wolverines. Recited Robert Frost, staring at the sun. Held my ground to the devil's den with an empty gun. Smoked marijuana with Cheech and Chong. Survived the plane crash in the Amazon. And Margaret made love to me on a tiger's tail. Spent a lifetime in prison hoping to make bail. Hell of a life, the one that we're living. Gotta keep moving on, doing the best that we can. Do a little less hurting and a little more forgiving. 'Cause son, that's the kind of life that makes a man. Spent 2 years with my buddy Swayze. Even taught him how to rope and how to ride. You might have missed that one we did with Jamie Lee Curtis, but it had some lovely benefits on the side. Played a killer on TV called The Reaper, that a lot of folks have come to love and hate. Well, I guess if I had to pick me out a favorite, it'd be that little greaser from 68. Hell of a life, the one that we're living. Gotta keep moving on, doing the best that we can. Do a little less hurting and a little more forgiving. 'Cause son, that's the kind of life that makes a man. Fight me some dinosaurs in the land that time forgot. Went back to the future before Michael J. Fox. Well, I made that boy, I was $1 million. Way before he turned 21. Well, I spent every dime at least a dozen times. But I won't ever be accused of never having fun. Well, the wife is gone, the kids are grown, and I'm on my own. Starting over, trying to write and sing. I guess if I had to live my life all over again, I swear I wouldn't change a goddamn thing. Hell of a life, the one that we're living. Gotta keep moving on, doing the best that we can. Do a little less hurting and a little more forgiving. 'Cause son, that's the kind of life that said, son, that's the kind of love that makes a man.
Just a man, y'all.
Just a man.
We had a good time writing that song, buddy. It was a lot of fun. Introduce us to this gentleman to your
My
left
buddy
here.
Chris Clark right here. And he plays with a lot of cool people like Chris Knight. He's played with Steve Earle a little bit. He's been around for a while, Nashville guy.
We're going to make Chris make sure he brings his other buddies next time, too. We
That's
got
right.
room for them here as
That's
well.
right.
We appreciate you being here, too, Chris, man. I love your picking, buddy.
Thank you very much.
Well, folks, we're going to bring it right back over to my buddy Rob Snyder over here and see what he's got going. Now, Rob, you put out a record during this pandemic times, didn't you?
Yes, sir. I put it out of, I think it was June of 2020.
Yeah, you did. It's a fantastic record, too. I've listened to it at least 5 dozen times.
Thank you, brother.
You got some good shit on there, man. And I always love hearing you play and sing, buddy. What are you going to play for us now?
I'll do one off the record. This one did pretty well in the Garden State. This is about my favorite happy place in particular to go to, and that's Long Beach Island in New Jersey. It's 6 miles at sea, and it's 18 miles long. Last school bell, summer rings out. The empty streets in a hard knockdown. And what do you know? I-95 is backed up again, eastbound till the road runs out. Salt in the air, shells in the drive in my grandma's house. And I didn't know it there and then. I'd still be holding on like I had. Jersey, my mama met my dad. I laid my footprints in the sand. My growing up collided with my innocence. I left my innocence back in Jersey. Anything can happen under them northern stars when you got a beach cruiser for a getaway car and a 2-week paycheck, full lifeguard cash. 20 in the jar and you hear some Rosalita. Yeah, all them glory days still taste like cheap tequila. More and more I find myself just trying to go back. All that time went by so fast. Back in Jersey, where my mama met my dad. I laid my footprints in the sand. My growing up collided with my innocence. I left my innocence back in Jersey. In the quarter slide of a pinball machine. Loose cigarette in the pocket of my jeans. In the willing eyes of a boardwalk queen. On a blanket on the beach. When I'm lost, getting caught at the end of my rope. Missing home, losing hope. I close my eyes and go back to Jersey. Jersey, where my mama met my dad. I laid my footprints in the sand. My growing up collided with my innocence. I left my innocence back in Jersey. In the quarter slide of a pinball machine. Loose cigarette in the pocket of my jeans. The willing eyes of a boardwalk queen. On a blanket on the beach. When I'm lost, getting caught at the end of my road. Missing home, losing hope. I close my eyes and go back. Jersey, going back to Jersey. Oh, take me back to Jersey.
Yeah, buddy. Somewhere Uncle W is smiling right now.
Uncle Dubby. Got that right.
I've never been to that part of Jersey.
Well, buddy, Rob Snyder can take you there now. I'm telling
I
you,
will take you there, Tommy, and we will get a White House hoagie.
Okay, good.
Rob and I we've done a lot of traveling together, and if you ever have the opportunity to travel with Rob Snyder, I highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun. You'll never go hungry, especially if Channing's around there too.
That's true.
And
You might go hungry if Channing's around.
no, buddy.
Then he get like the personal little sushi tacos, you know, that you don't share.
Yes.
Them boys take care of you now. And Rob, man, tell us. I know you've been on the show before, but there's a good chance there's some folks who haven't heard you. Tell us a little bit about what brought you here. I think it's a good song to talk about that.
Sure, man. Basically, I talked about moving to Nashville forever, to the point where I must have had 4 or 5, like, this is the last show in my hometown, so you have to come see me play. And like by the 5th or 6th time I did that, people were like, is this asshole ever gonna go? And then finally some things happened that pushed me to move finally. And by my 30th birthday, I just missed it. I got here April Fool's Day of 2012. So I'm coming on. It'll be 10 years from me in April, which is
big party.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, man, ever since I just started wanted to write songs and wanted to get better and just, surround myself with like-minded people. And broke up a fight on day 4 of being in town, ended up being promoted to a bouncer from having no job. And then I was working Whiskey Jam, the door, and I was like, I like that a lot. And I wanted to start my own thing at Tin Roof called Revival, and that was just like more acoustic driven. We have a church pew set up. We do that every Tuesday. And from there, just met some great people, and I've seen so many great relationships formed right there, and it's become a very important part of town now. And
the town's better off because you're here, man.
Well, thank you, brother.
That's the truth, man. Revival, not only are you an incredible hit songwriter, but Revival is a monster in town. It is I have people who aren't from Nashville constantly going, man, do you think you could get me on Revival? Do you think you could get me on Revival? That has become such a important part of this town and the songwriting community, and that's all Rob, y'all. That's all Rob Snyder right there.
Well, I've had a lot of help with it from you including, and a lot of people helping hosting and all that stuff. And it's cool to have one of those old school nights every once in a while where like everybody's supporting each other, and it's competition, but it motivates you to be better. Dave, you come up and sing your butt off every time, and then you play a song and you're like, oh my God, I didn't hear that. And it makes the next guy want to be better the next day, and it makes everybody work on their craft, and it's healthy competition. It keeps you hungry.
Exactly right.
It's fantastic.
It reminds you why you moved to town. You obviously had this sick disease in your head where you were addicted to music and love writing songs, and it's we are the last to get paid on anything as far as songwriters. It's a trickle down effect, but if you either got it or you don't, and that is the bug of the songwriting thing, and it's like I could never not do it. So I'm pumped to be here, man.
Well, thank you for being here. And speaking of Revival, like I said, I met this guy at Revival. This next guy, Nate Fredrick. Nate, tell us a little bit about your journey from Springfield, Missouri, to Nashville, Tennessee.
It's a little bit the same as Rob. I actually didn't start playing music till I was 20 years old. Running from the police in Fayetteville, Arkansas one summer. And I ran off an embankment, messed up my face, and broke my jaw. And during that time, I did some soul searching and found out that music was pretty therapeutic for me. And so I ended up moving to Nashville in 2015. And then I lived there for 3 years and didn't really fit in until I met Ryan Nelson at Revival.
Yeah. Florida man.
And I was and like a week before that, I'd met a kid named Ben Chapman at Revival, and I was just like first right in town a month later after that, and so it all just serendipitously came together after 3 years, and I've been here for 6.5 years. And so, just it, was so perfectly put. And Howell's conversation that revival is a special thing. And it has been for me. I mean, my entire record exists because of revival, for sure.
That's awesome.
And that's where I met you, Dave. And I'm going to play a song that you and me wrote. The first song and only song that we've written so far.
So far. Qualifier there.
And I can almost breathe again here.
Don't get into them crackers again.
Just to clarify, I wasn't snorting water. I was eating a cracker, choked on the cracker, drinking water.
I can
It
vouch.
went up my nose.
I can vouch.
All right, here we go. This is called Flat Tire in the Rain.
Yeah, it is.
Well, cruising along, grooving the song. Me and a little bit of worry big gone. Storm cloud rolling on the way back, where I've been. And then the thunder and sound up from the ground, pulling me over, trying to bring me down. But after this many miles, bad luck can't do me in. It's just a flat tire in the rain. Oh, it's hell of a time to have to make a change, but there's a spare somewhere. No need to complain. It's just a flat tire in the rain. 2 years to the day since she said okay. Had about enough of the love we made. Didn't break my heart, but she gave me a pretty good crack. Oh, I ain't gonna lie, had a good cry. Don't mind the water, you don't have to stay dry. You ought to check me for feathers, wait till the weather rolls off my back. It's just a flat tire in the rain. Oh, it's hell of a time to have to make a change, but there's a spare somewhere. No need to complain, it's just a flat tire in the rain. It's just a flat tire in the rain. Maybe it's your state of mind. You start looking around and you just might find it's all about your point of view. Are you spinning the wheel or is spinning you? It's just a flat tire in the rain. Oh, it's hell of a time to have to make a change, but there's a spare somewhere. No need to complain. It's just a flat tire in the rain. It's just a flat tire in the rain. It's just a flat tire in the rain.
Yeah, buddy.
Nice.
That was such a fun song to write.
Man, it was a great song to write. And
Was
one of
that your
these-
title or my title? Because we were going through a lot of.
Dude, I
stuff in our
think that
phones
song's
that
like
day.
80% you, because I
I
only
don't
know
know about
I only
that.
know 3 of those chords that you're playing. You played 14 of them in that song.
Well, I don't know what any of them are called.
You started going to stuff, and I was like, I don't know what the hell this guy's doing. Sounds good though.
Maybe I need to start snorting some crackers. I'll learn some.
God,
learn some
I knew
new-
I shouldn't have said anything about that. Golly.
You do that, then you learn all them.
It's like he went out the door, he came back in with the cold.
Yeah.
You know.
But no, man, I love that song, and I'm glad you played it, man. I appreciate you playing that. It's
Yeah,
it's a cool
absolutely,
little
man.
tune,
I play that song all the time. It shows on the road, riders rounds, everything. It's just a fun one to play.
Heck
I'm a
yeah.
big Randy Newman fan, and it's
Totally.
as close as I can get to that.
Right? Yeah, man. Just I love simple things like that. Just
It's kind of a feel-good little
Right.
thing.
everybody can kind of relate to, man. That's great, man. I appreciate you playing it. And everybody out there listening, y'all, once again, it's Rob Snyder, Nate Fredrick, Tommy Howell. Appreciate you guys tuning in from wherever you're at. If you're watching on YouTube, I hope you'll click the subscribe button. It'll be able to keep you in touch and up to date with everything that we got on with the lineups that we got coming. We're going to be putting out some videos of past shows, all kinds of stuff like that. So I think we may do like a big year-end best-of show here in a few weeks. So click on the subscribe button and make sure you're paying attention to what's going on with Southern Rounds. We got a lot of cool stuff coming your way soon. Speaking of which, my brother Tommy Howell, we talked a little bit last time about, your move, obviously still working in the film industry, but your move into music. Just tell us about where it all began, man. Where you from and even about how you got how you start just in life been in the arts and everything.
Well, my father was a professional bull rider for 10 years, and he then became a stuntman. And a lot of cowboys back in the day became stuntmen, and a lot of films were westerns, so they had cowboys doing all that wild stuff, and it just seemed to be natural progression for my father. And I, grew up in a cowboy background, rodeoing, and I thought I was going to do stunts as well. And in fact, that's what led me to the role of E.T. I could ride some of the bikes in E.T. And that sort of changed things a little bit for me. And I got in the door to meet Francis Coppola when The Outsiders came around. And, of course, I played the role of Ponyboy in The Outsiders. And, it was all downhill from there, brother. I just was blessed, and I had a career as an actor, and I didn't have to be a stuntman and follow my head for a living. And I was really grateful that, it's difficult for younger actors to cross over into working as an adult.
Sure.
And I was blessed to kind of make that transition.
Yeah, man.
And it's really all I've ever done my whole life. I just made films and entertained people. And the music thing, what I like about it the most is the opportunity to tell a story.
Sure.
To sit in front of people and have that exchange, that immediate exchange. And that it's all so new to me. And I think for me in film, I would do something, and it would be a year before it would come out.
Right.
And within that year, you go play another 2 or 3 parts, and you're pretty disconnected from the role that people are finally seeing, asking you questions about. And this is just a different thing. There's nothing to hide behind. There's no
That's true.
There's no lens, and there's no makeup and wardrobe and all that stuff to really when you're playing a different character, it's simple to put it out there. But when it's yourself, it's like, oh my God.
He's saying that, but y'all, we had to bring a trailer out here for him. Like, he's got a makeup artist.
We saw the cheese plate and everything out there. It was like, he won't come, but there's not snacks. And then we got Nate out there eating the crackers.
Oh, dude, I was crushing too. Well, buddy, pick us another tune, man.
So this is a song, speaking about my father. He got hit pretty hard last Christmas with COVID. I spent a lifetime with my daddy riding bulls and doing stunts and basically beating death's ass daily. So I didn't really think much of it, but we had a few nights that were kind of rough, and we weren't really sure what was going on. I come up with this song that is sort of parallels my life. My father was always a larger-than-life character to me. He was the type of guy that, when he asked if you cleaned your room, you cleaned the whole damn house, And this is a song called Ride that's seen through the eyes of Jesse James Jr.
All right.
And it goes like this. Daddy was an outlaw. He rode from town to town, robbing banks and stagecoaches. He was the meanest man around. He rode a buckskin horse, carried a 45. 12 proven men were in his gang to help keep him alive. Daddy ride. Ride, ride. Didn't know him very well, but I sure know what he did. Some even say he was quick as holiday and meaner than Billy the Kid. He was wanted in 13 states. Murder in the first degree. He Said that he did it for my mama and my sister and for me. Daddy, ride, ride. 6 feet of earth waiting on us all. Nobody's ever beat the devil to the draw. It's what you do between now and then. That's the measure of a man. You can run, but you can't hide. Ride. You're too young not to survive. Right. Daddy was an outlaw. He rode from town to town, robbing banks, stagecoaches till Bob Ford shot him down. Mom told me he died. I didn't even cry. I just looked up to the sky and said, ride, Daddy, ride. 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 Well, there's 6 feet of earth waiting on us all. Nobody's ever beat the devil to the draw. What you do between now and then, that's the measure of a man. You can run, but you can't hide. Hide. You're too young not to survive. Right. You're too young. Right. Daddy was an outlaw. He rode from town to town, robbing banks and stagecoaches. He was the meanest man around.
Yeah, man. I sit here and try to write cowboy songs, and it's all just bullshit. But, you know, you lived a lot of that stuff, man. I love that. I love that.
Yeah, just a little bullshit.
Shit. A little bit of bullshit's all right.
You gonna do something for us?
Man, y'all are having way too much fun. I knew when I saw the three of y'all here, I was like, well, I got to get in on this. So I'm going to interject myself. Since you took us back in time on one, I'm gonna stick back about 150 years ago with one, if that's all right. And Chris, if you want to pick along, it's in C. You don't have to. But this is one of the first probably dozen songs I ever wrote. And I wrote it after a guy named seeing my buddy Roger Allen Wade play one night. Yeah. Okay, what do I need to do? Okay. Yeah, hey guys, we're having a little bit of technical problems on our side. If you all give us just a couple of minutes, we're going to be right back, but we're going to reset a couple things, and then it all happened when I tried to jump in here. So